Zero Hedge predicts that by the end of June of 2023, China's official gold reserves will reach 5,029 tons. In the first half of 2023, the Chinese central bank is estimated to have purchased approximately 353 tons of gold. One of the big mysteries in the financial world is how much gold the Chinese central bank, known as the People's Bank of China, actually owns. Hedge explains that it's hard to track the growth of the bank reserves by looking at China's gold mining imports because it's sold to the private sector through the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The bank acquires gold from foreign sources using US dollars and quietly transports it to Beijing without leaving any traces in custom reports. The only reliable way to estimate their purchases is through insiders who work closely with the banks and refineries dealing with the People's Republic of China. Zero Hedge's estimate begins with information he received in 2015 from an industry insider who claimed that the bank had roughly 3,300 tons of gold at the time. Two other anonymous sources are knowledgeable about the matter have told Zero Hedge that unreported central bank purchases, which are estimated using the difference between the total estimated central bank purchase and the reported ones, can be attributed to the Chinese central bank. Every quarter, the World Gold Council releases an estimate of how much gold all central banks and international financial institutions are thought to have purchased. This estimate, which is based on publicly available data and industry insights, includes both reported and unreported purchases. The World Gold Council quarterly estimate typically exceeds what central banks publicly report buying, with the difference representing unreported purchases. The World Gold Council disclosed that central banks purchased an estimated 459 tons of gold during a certain period, with reported purchases of all central banks to be 109 tons. Assuming that 80% of the 350-ton difference is equal to 280 tons, this is what the People's Bank of China is believed to have obtained quietly, not reporting any changes to its official gold holdings in Q3 of 2022. In December of 2022, the Financial Times reported on the People's Bank secretive gold buying in Q3 of 2022. According to Mark Bristow, the CEO of Barrick Gold, the world's second largest gold miner, Chinese purchased quantities of gold, likely around 280 tons, based on discussions with various sources. The People's Bank of China reported buying 103 tons in the first 6 months of 2023, while unreported purchases accounting for 250 tons, resulting in 353 tons in net additions. Taking all this into account, Zero Hedge's best estimate that the Chinese central bank currently holds a total of 5,029 metric tons of gold, which is nearly 3,000 tons more than what's reported. If this is accurate, this would make China the second largest holder of official gold reserves, just following the United States. This is more proof that China is making major economic moves to dethrone the US dollar and position itself higher in global business. It is mind-boggling that the United States remains more focused on spending than growing our economy. If China were to hold more gold reserves than the United States, it could potentially have some implications for the economic position of the US. Currency value: historically, gold is seen as a store of value and a hedge against inflation. If China holds more gold, it may strengthen the perception that the Chinese yuan as a reliable and stable currency. This could encourage other countries and investors to hold more yuan, which might weaken the US dollar's status as the world's primary reserve currency. Diversification: holding significant gold reserves can provide a country with a form of diversification in its foreign exchange reserves. This diversification can help mitigate risks associated with currency fluctuations and other economic uncertainties. Global economic influence: countries with large gold reserves can potentially exert greater influence in international economic and financial discussions. This influence can be used strategically in negotiations and diplomacy. Impact on the financial markets: large-scale gold purchases by China could affect global gold prices. If China were to accumulate significant amounts of gold, it might lead to increased demand and higher prices, impacting global financial markets and investors. The next 2 years, especially with the coming elections, will be crucial, but don't wait for a new administration to protect your wealth. Don't let the retirement you've dreamed of go down with this economy. Protect yourself with physical gold.